They come from the southern Chinese province of Guangdong, where many face grim futures. China's population is over 400 million. Guangdong's farmers cultivate every possible inch of the steep mountains. In the reign of the young Manchu Emperor Xianfeng, the south faces economic troubles. China has just been defeated by Europeans in the Opium War and must pay reparations. Tax collectors demand ruinous payments that force some farmers to sell their land. The heaviest burden falls on the poor. Then comes word of the discovery of gold. In the port of Canton, where foreign ships dock, rumors fly of a place the first arrivals called Gold Mountain. Desperation is not the only reason many like Fat Hing Chin dream of Gold Mountain. Guangdong is an enterprising region, the most economically advanced in China. To Americans, the Chinese men present a curious vision with their loose clothing and long queues. They're the oddest looking set of fellows you ever did see, a visitor to San Francisco writes. They wear their hair flat and hanging down almost to their heels. The Chinese are shocked to see American women wearing strange dresses with bustles, and men and women shamelessly holding hands. As Fat and the others disembark, they're greeted by familiar-sounding voices. Out of the general babble, someone called out in our local dialect, immigrant Huey Kin Kwong recalled. And like sheep recognizing the voice only, we blindly followed, and soon were piling into one of the waiting wagons. Today, San Francisco's Chinatown is in the same location it was 150 years ago.
Just a few blocks away from here. That's where the Chinese got off the steamers and came up to Chinatown.
Darren Ao Wing is a fifth-generation Chinese-American. His great-grandfather made the same voyage from the docks as most early immigrants. He's retracing his ancestors' footsteps to learn more about their lives in this new land.
One of the first things they did was to come here, stop at a temple, give thanks to the goddess of the ocean for having made it. Also, they would go to one of the benevolent associations, like the one back here, find out what their next steps are.
California was a tough place to survive. So the immigrants formed organizations called benevolent associations to help others from the same region.
Hi, I'm Billy.
Hi, welcome to this family association.
Great, thanks. It's great to meet you.
Let me show you. Sure.
Dan Lee is the president of one association, which was founded 150 years ago. Today, benevolent societies are in part social clubs. In the 19th century, they were the secret to the immigrants' survival.
So I imagine when these guys first got here, they were probably pretty scared, didn't quite know what to do. What kind of help did the association provide for them when they got here?
When they come here, we can provide a room they stay and some provide them food, and also helping them search a job.
For Fat and the other immigrants, the benevolent associations, run by merchants who settled in Chinatown, offer a primer on where to go and how to find gold.
This is where they found out what to do.
For many, reality sinks in as they realize that they won't get rich overnight. They've traveled on credit and will have to work 2 years just to pay the shipping merchants back. Fat is luckier. He paid his own way. Still, he decides to join forces with others. The newcomers keep their Chinese clothes, and they keep their cues. But one of the first purchases almost everyone makes is a pair of sturdy American boots. Within days, Phat and his compatriots set out on a long trek. Throughout California, prospectors have discovered mountains laced with veins of gold. The Chinese, who once farmed rice, are especially skilled at diverting water. They introduced the Chinese pump, which is adopted throughout California. They build large water wheels to ferry water onto the riverbanks to mine the gravel. By the mid-1850s, Chinese run many modest river operations. 1 in every 5 California miners is Chinese, and they've sent millions home. Holidays like New Year's allow them to celebrate their successes. On January 31st, writes the Shasta Courier, the annual festival of the Chinese commenced at noon. It was a glorious time. $1,000 were expended in fireworks. But while some Chinese companies and a few individuals do well, many ordinary miners are not so lucky. In Weaverville, some found a refuge. It's one of the oldest Chinese temples in America, in use since 1853 and rebuilt in 1874.
It's beautiful. It is, isn't it? It's a very uplifting feeling when you come in. So it's a very, very special place for them.
The temple is still in use today. Some of the artifacts were gifts from the Emperor of China.
This is the main altar area for the temple. Spirit houses contain the statues of ancestors. Each statue represents a real person that lived in the Three Kingdoms time period.
The difficulty of finding gold drive many Chinese from the gold fields. Some peddle vegetables from their garden or find work as manual laborers. Phat considers returning home. Then he receives an unexpected offer. His cousin invites him to help open a restaurant in San Francisco. He leaps at the chance. By the mid-1850s, many others have settled in Chinatown, which is now an important part of San Francisco.
Chinatown was bustling. You had thousands of new arrivals coming here, trying to figure out where they're going, heading out into the hills to look for gold. But at the same time, you had people who had found gold coming back here, looking for merchants and businesses, and there's entertainment. My grandfather became a Chinese opera star and performed here in San Francisco as well as up and down the west coast of the United States in different Chinese communities.
As busy as Chinatown is, its streets are graced by only a few women. A small number of merchants have sent for their wives. But most men don't want to bring their wives over. They're taking care of their parents and children at home, and they intend to rejoin them. The lyrics of a Taishan song reflect their wives' hopes. I beg of you, after you depart, to come back soon. Our separation will only be a flash of time. I only wish that you would have a good fortune. Also, I beg of you that your heart won't change. That you keep your heart and mind on taking care of your family. Each month or half a month, send a letter home. In 2 or 3 years, my wish is to welcome you home. In Gold Mountain, some miners and merchants achieve their dreams. They become wealthy or comfortable enough to return home. Others visit every 5 to 10 years or wait far longer. And some will decide to put down roots and stay in America. Their remittances and loyalty become a lifeline to family at home. As conditions in southern China worsen, and many peasants face civil war, banditry, and starvation, the trails the first wave of immigrants blazed will inspire many others to try their luck in Gold Mountain.